Hey guys, what? Get that trash out of here. There, hopefully that won't pop back up. So for this IXL, as the pieces kept going today and we were helping people in first and second period, came across a bunch of questions, so I thought I'll just make a video after everybody leaves, and people from fourth period or people that missed school or people that are going back later to fix it or do it, you can hopefully watch this. So pay attention to, there's three types of questions on this IXL. This one here is asking about the slope. It could ask about slope. It's later going to ask me what the Y-intercept is, and it's also going to ask me a function, which function just is f of x, function of x, meaning I'll put a number in for x and solve it. I would say the Y-intercept questions are going to be the one that take the longest, not the hardest, but they take the longest. So first one, it's going to either give you a table, an equation, or a graph. It's going to give you two of the three. So this one I have a table and a graph. It's asking me about the slope. Which one is greater? Greater, if you're in class, means steeper, right? So of these two I just drew, this one here is greater because it's so much more steeper. If I looked at the slope, this one is roughly up 2 over 1, and this one is up 1 over 2. So those of you that were in class know I said the slope is greater if the number on top is much bigger than the number on bottom. So like if the two slopes were 5 over 1 and 3 over 1, this one is greater because it's so much more steeper. You'd go up 5 over 1. The 3 one, you'd only go up 3 over 1, and I gotta erase some of this stuff out of the way so I can show you without so much going on. So if my slope was 5-1, it'd be like this. If my slope was 3-1, it would be, I'm gonna make it shorter so you can tell they're different, this. So the bigger the number on top over the bottom, the steeper the slope is. Now, the bigger the difference is. So 5 minus 1 is 4, 3 minus 1 is 2. So this one has a bigger difference. Just a quick way to show you what I mean. And then on all of them, I know I hate the way they word their answers, but this says, the first one's always going to say A is greater. The second one is A is less. They don't change that, thankfully, but they should have just wrote A is greater or B is greater. But unfortunately, they didn't. So A is greater or A is less. Those are your two options on all of these. So for finding the slope, we figure out how far apart are they. What is the difference? The difference is 6, and over here, it's 2. So my slope, this side will be my rise, this side will be my run. I'm kind of going fast because I already went over this part in my earlier video from Tuesday. So 6 over 2, which can be reduced to 6 divided by 2, which is 3, or 3 over 1. So that is my slope for A. I would have pencil, paper, whiteboard marker, whatever, and I write these things down like I am right now, because otherwise, once we start working on B, a lot of times you forget what was A. So if you write them down, it makes it easier to go back. To find the slope for a graph, you just go right where the Y-intercept is, which is, remember, Y-intercept just means where it crosses the Y-axis. So the blue line crosses at 5. So from there, follow the line until you see where it intersects another intersection. So see how it crosses right at this T right here? And then we can find the slope. The rise is up 1, 2, and the run is over 1. So which one now has a greater slope? 3 over 1 or 2 over 1? And like I told you, 3 over 1 is going to be greater than 2 over 1. So my answer for this one would be A is greater. Okay? Now, see if it'll give me a different problem next so I can go over the other type. This one, this is easy. It gives me the last one. So this one, the slope is going to be, I'll kind of go fast here since I just did this. I've got here and here. So the slope is 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Up 4 over 1. This one over here, remember, we're going to talk about this a lot. Y equals mx plus b. This is the Y-intercept. This is the slope. Get this out of my way. So all you have to do is look at the equation. Nothing's here. Not that it's important for this question, but if there's nothing here, that means it's plus 0, just giving you a heads up. But I told you, we don't care about that because this question's asking about slope. So The slope for this one is right there. It's 2. All whole numbers are 2 over 1. That's it. So which one's greater? A or B? A is greater because it's up 4 over 1, whereas B is only up 2 over 1. So A is greater. It's the first question or first possible answer. All right, let's see if it'll switch to Y-intercept now. Yes, perfect. So this is the one that's going to take me the longest on B. A won't take me very long at all. Equations are the easiest, just a heads up for you. So some of you today in class were like, I just kept guessing till I got to 80 points and I got there. I got 104 questions wrong. That's not going to help you on the test, guys. You need to watch this video or work with me so you actually know what you're doing. Most people don't go to their job and go, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just guess and then hopefully I get paid. Like, no, you're going to get fired. So ask questions and figure out what you're doing. Don't just be like, I guess I do this. So for the first one, y equals mx plus b. You're going to keep writing that over and over, so get used to it. And you already know it, so it shouldn't be hard. It says, what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept is b, right? So if I look right here, this number is when the spot B is. So for number 1, for A, I should say, B is 1. All right. For the second one, this one's going to take a little bit. We're going to do the same thing we just did a second ago. We're going to find the slope. So this one changes by 4. This one changes by 1. So my slope is 4 over 1. Remember, rise, run. And now here comes the last step. 4 divided by 1 is 4, just to show you. This will make it a little bit easier. Y equals mx plus b. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take that number you just got, this 4, and you're going to plug it in. It's the slope, so erase m and put it there. Okay. Now the next step is pick any of these. I keep switching back and forth. Pick any of these sets of coordinates. I always pick the bottom one just because usually it's positive numbers, so I like to use the positive numbers. So remember, this is x and this is y. It tells you right here, right? So if x was 5, that means go up here to this x and come on, put a 5 there instead. We're plugging it in. And then for y, erase y and put in whatever y is, which in this one is 23. And now you just solve it and it'll tell you what b is. 4 times 5 is 20. We're doing some algebra here. I want to subtract 20, so it'll come over here. This is a B, not a 6. Sorry, I keep doing bad handwriting. So 3 equals, this is gone, B. So for function B, the y-intercept is 3. For function A, the y-intercept is 1. And then people are asking me, so what do you mean by which one's greater? So just think of it on a number line, because it is. It's y-intercept. 0's in the middle. If I were to say which one's greater, the first one is at 1. The second one is at 3. This is where function B is, and this is function A. So which one's greater? B. So what that means for a possible answer on this, because remember, they word the question where, is A greater or is A less? So A is less on this problem. Yes. I'm going to skip. I'm just going to pick a random answer so I can get by this one. That's okay. I'm okay with getting it wrong. I'm just trying to get to the function question real quick for you. Man. Okay, getting them wrong is not helping me get to harder questions. Let me jump. All right, this is the last set of questions I was going to go over with you. When it says the y value of function A when x is equal to -2, all that means is go up here and put in x as -2 and then solve to figure out function of B when x, okay, and then solve to figure out what y would be. That's it. So y equals mx plus b, and then over here, let me do this one first. So we'll do this again. This is 3. This is 1. So my slope is 3 over 1, which is 3. X is -2. Oh, wow, this one is even more work. I didn't even think about this. Let me write that what I just did up there because I need to come back to it. Holy guacamole. All right, the slope is 3. X is 4. I'm just going to save some time. And then 8. So 3 times 4 is 12. 8 minus 12 is -4 equals B. So now I can go up here and write -4. So now if I solve this, because I found the slope first, that's this 3. They already told me that X is -2 down here, so that's why I put a -2 in there for X. And then I had to first put the slope in, and I chose one of the sets of coordinates to solve for B, which I got -4. So -6 minus 4 is -10. So I'm going to write down here, so function A, y equals 10. Function B, it said -2 is x. So all you have to do on the graph is go to where x is -2 and draw a line, straight line, and then just see where it hits. And if that is bigger or less than 10 is our question. So it looks like it would hit or intersect right. Oh, looks like it intersects right here, which is at -7. So which one is greater when A is 10, or excuse me, on A where it's 10, or B where it's -7? So A obviously is way bigger than B. So my answer would be the y value of function A is greater. Okay, that's it. Hopefully that helps. Fourth period people, if you're watching this on Thursday, and it still's not making sense to you, just hold off, stay where you're at, don't get frustrated, and I'm going to go over a bunch in class on Friday with you. If you're a Thursday person, you should have already sat in class with me. I went over for about an hour and a half, and if you didn't ask for help, come see me tomorrow. Still, that's fine, and I'd love to help you guys. Your test is next week, so guessing is not going to help you very well understand it. Good luck, guys.